Well, my name's Tony Troyon. I'm from Cairns, North Queensland. Well, I bought it a few years ago and it had a 175 EFI on it, Mercury, and recently I added the mother of all motors to it. It's out to the reef. We don't do anything in the rivers, a bit too awkward, but yeah, head straight out to the reef, out to the southern reefs of Cairns, Gibson and Coates and Noggin, and mainly fish for trout, and reddies at night and largemouth. No, the old EFI, it was a good motor. You know, it had that grunt in it, I thought, you know, for a two-stroke. Because I was always, you usually hear the story, oh, two-stroke better four-stroke, you know, for the grunt and everything. But a lot of fuel. So, say for instance, if I went to Noggin and back on a fair day, it'd be over 200 litres. So with the new motor, I haven't done over 120, and that's on a bad day. So the fuel's halved the fuel, and the grunt compared to a two-stroke it's enormous. These things, it's just that instant, you know, instant takeoff. It's great.
Well, Tony came to us with his new purchase second-hand boat, which we do. We inspect second-hand boats before purchase. Had a two-stroke Merc on it, plenty of power, fuel bill was huge, 240, 260 litres a trip.
Because I've got a 260 litre tank, so with the old motor, I mean, I'd run out of fuel at Flora Reef on the way back, so we could never really go out there. But now we can go double that. So the fuel is just, yeah, it's killing it with the fuel and everything else that goes with it.
His first trip and response was just overwhelmed. The only problem he had is he snapped his chair off on the floor, and when he took off, nearly threw everyone out of the back of the boat. He said the power, the response out of the hole, even from half throttle to full throttle, the fuel economy, he was just all smiles.
I chose the digital throttle because they were telling me how the response was on it, and yeah, once we took it out for its first run and realised I nearly lost two blokes out the back because you put your throttle down on you know, with the old motor, it was you had that delay, but this thing was just bang, and like, yeah, nearly lost them.
Look, when we put that motor on the Allison, the last thing we wanted is to take a step back. The V6 doesn't do that. You've got plenty of power. It makes the boat feel light because of its horsepower and out of the hole punch with the inertia prop, the ease of use with the throttle. The throttle takes a little bit to get used to because it's so smooth, but Tony's all over that already.
Well, they're a good crew, you know, they got the right blokes doing the right thing. Everything's right, you know, all your electrics are all tucked away nicely, the motor's set right, it just doesn't, yeah, it's just a good job. But now I know that I can go safely, I can go out to the outer reefs, not just, you know, out past the drop-off and head out that way, and know I'll make it back in time, or back with the fuel. Well, you know it's a coral trout biting because they don't use a knife and fork, right? They just go for it. But I'm pretty happy now with this on it, and the boat itself. It's just made, anyone else has come out that's been out before has said, well, it's a different boat, you know, different boat. These are just you know, it's a Ferrari compared to a Volkswagen, I suppose. It's just that difference.